Om Ye Dharma Hetu Prabhava Hetum Tesham Tathagato Yavadat Tesham Chayo Niroda Evam Adi Mahashamanaye Swam Om Ye Dharma Hetu Prabhava Hetum Tesham Tathagato Yavatat Tesham Chayo Niroda Evam Bhakti Mahashramanaye Swam. Also in the narrowest process, the process is all related to Tathagata. The cessation process as well as Thosamling. Okay, this morning we are talking about first of all, syllogism should have 4 components. And number 2, valid syllogism should fulfill three modes. So what's the first mode? Proper subject, forward position, and the rest position 3. So we are talking about the first position, the first mode. First mode, what is that? First mode, what should the first mode qualify? Anyone? What should the first mode qualify? What is first mode? Anyone? A topic, S, is. Don't say should be is really entering problems. Yes, should. The topic is the sign. Just make it very simple. Always, when you learn technicalities, try to remember the technical things. Then, you'll not end up with problems. And there's the reason there. All this well defined. So the topic is the sign, or the topic should be a sign. We should again be a problem. Okay. Then the topic is a sign. So in this case, for example, okay, this morning. We meditate on emptiness of yourself or somebody who we love or inanimate object, one of these 3. When we put in give the choice, let's say, okay, Omar, tell us today what kind of the emptiness of what object? Yourself. Okay, let's say yourself. Because the self is something again very important for the reason that all our destructive emotions, they are related to these, seeing the self as intrinsically real. So say, okay, he is not aware, this is not good, this is not good, that is not good, not good to me, always me. So if you can see of the 2 hands like this, coming together, and the sound, the erupts. So the one hand is always related to I, seeing the I as object real, and the other hand is seeing other things as object real. Okay, in Delhi people can complain whether it's too hot, whether the air quality is so bad, to me. And here, it's what? Non-stop rain. It's making us, so usually we can either go out for the discussions or to chill out. No, we can do it out in them. To me. So we see that there are 2 things. One is always the misconceived of self and misconceived of phenomena with which you interact with. So but these 2 things, seeing things as object real, then from arise. So if you see the emptiness of the self, I, the 2 hands, one is pulled down, then one hand, no sound. Sound will immediately stop. Okay, this is very precious. So let's learn how to see the self as empty of intrinsic reality. And if you really get the way it should be, and we keep practicing it, so a lot of people go very beautifully. It will go way easier. So you shouldn't easily blame others. We easily blame others. For small things, we blame others. So this will stop because my mom is not good, my dad is not good, my brother is not good, my this is not good, my car is not good, my this is not good for me. So when that is empty, then that, say, the mind, which is tendency to judge others, blame others, cool down. It's beautiful. Okay, so let's say that I, as Omar said, let's say I, the person you identify as Omar, Kate, Carl, Jack. So you, who you identify as I, this I as the object or the topic or the subject is empty of objective reality because he or she is empty of objectively one and objectively multiple. You get it, for example, like a dream. Okay, you got syllogism? Yes. You got syllogism? Let me put it once more. Let's say I, Chelsea. I, Chelsea. I, whatever your name, put your name, because you may be confused, but I, there's some nice here. So because I'm going to sing I all the time in this text. So you have to say I, your name, material, or whatever. You add your name there. Then the predicate, what? Is empty of objective reality or empty of true existence because it is empty of a truly one and truly multiple. Or objective one, empty of objective one and empty of the objective, but empty of the truly multiple. Or if the way we learn the four essentials. Four essentials, you can put the four essentials here because it is empty of intrinsically one with its parts and empty of intrinsically different from its parts. It's same. You want me to say it again or?
I'm following, catching up.
Okay. Is there anybody who wants me to repeat it? Okay, let me put it from the point of view of the what? The four essentials. So the I, person Dorji as the object, it is, or he or she is empty of true existence or objective existence, same, because he or she is empty of intrinsically one with its parts and empty of intrinsically different from its parts. Got it? Okay, now what is the property of the subject? I am. Anyone? What is the proper subject? Mithri? Okay, I am empty object. That's the combination of the subject and the predicate. The subject and predicate combination is known as the thesis. This is what you want to prove. So what's the sign? Sign or the reason? What is the sign, the reason? Say it again.
I is truly one or truly multiple.
I is
truly one.
I is empty.
I am empty of being truly one or truly multiple.
So grasping ignorance, I'm very happy. Empty one, yeah. Amazing. God, thank you so much. Okay, and this is what exactly the translator did. You're getting it? This is exactly what the translator did. He skipped that word. Empty, lack, absence. Okay, Carl must be the translator. Okay, so do you agree with Carl that here in this syllogism, what is the proper subject is that the subject, which is the I am, and the sign, what's the sign or the reason? Empty of intrinsically one and empty intrinsic one with its parts and empty of intrinsically different from its parts. So I am empty of intrinsic one with its parts and am empty of intrinsically different from its parts. That is the proper subject. One. What is the forward provision? Anyone? In this case. What is the forward provision? Okay, Kate.
And
entity of true existence because I'm entity of being one, intrinsically one to its thoughts.
What is forward position? What is the forward position? So you need to precisely remember what is a forward position. Then, unless complications will stop. If you don't remember the precision, you just know, okay, it should be like this, then the precision will be lost.
Whatever is the sign should be the predicate.
Yes, now say it again. Whatever is empty of intrinsically one and empty of intrinsically different should necessarily be empty of true existence. Just if you can't set opposite. You said whatever the predicate should be the sign. Here it should be whatever the sign should be predicate. Okay, how many follow this? Raise hand. Good, very good. Okay. So now for your information, forward position and reverse position, if one is fulfilled, other ones are automatically fulfilled. If one is fulfilled, other ones are automatically fulfilled. You get it? Which means that if the forward position is fulfilled, reverse position automatically fulfilled. And this requires a little bit of training. And for the time being, you can say that if one syllogism fulfills the forward position, it also automatically fulfills the reverse position. You just say that. Later on, you have to know why. How is it that if one of the two positions is fulfilled, the other one is automatically fulfilled? How? That you have to learn. And then the forward positions, mentally speaking, how mind works. This was saying. How mind works is that forward position is easier. Reverse position, gradually your mind will hang. Your mind will hang because let's make it very simple. The flower as the object, it is impermanent because it is a product. But what's the forward position? Hiroshima.
I don't follow you.
Okay, what is the forward position? The flower as the object is impermanent because it's a product.
Forward position would be whatever is a product should necessarily be impermanent.
Wow, amazing. Very good. Now, the reverse position. So what we said is that, say the solution, it fulfills the forward position, automatically fulfills the reverse position. These two, they are like, in a way, in loosely speaking, this was synonymous. So, but I like somebody to, forward position already stated by Hirosha, whatever is the product should necessarily be impermanent. Now, what is the reverse position? Okay. What?
Sorry, I didn't get.
So this is the flower as object. It is impermanent because it's a product. What is the reverse position? And for example,
Whatever the product is whatever the flower is product is impermanent.
Okay. If you note it down, what is the reverse position? Do you note it down? What is reverse?
I didn't get it.
This is the problem. You have to note it down so that later it becomes very easy. Is there anybody who can tell me what is the reverse position in general? Brother D. William? Reverse position. Brother William. Okay. Hey, Himani.
You said counter provisions or something that is the opposite of it?
Himani. Make things very easy. It's the opposite of it. Okay, anyone else? Yes, Atiti.
Whatever is a predicate should be the second.
It's not the predicate.
Okay, which means you are not. Okay, Jay.
The sun and the predicate are different.
Okay, anyone else? Okay. Bhumigaji.
Geshe, whatever is not the predicate should necessarily not be the sign.
Yes. So in the fourth provision, the not is absent. Whatever is the sign should be the predicate. Now the reverse provision, you have to add the not. Whatever is not predicate should not be the sign. Whatever is not predicate should not be the sign. Okay, how many got it? Raise hands. So these are the technicalities. So this we cannot, if you don't note it down, they don't remember that. They don't know. Okay, now in this connection, if you can tell me, so with this, then apply this to the syllogism. Similar?
Whatever is not impermanent should not be a product.
Very good. Whatever is not impermanent should not be a product. You're getting it? Let's say, to make it very simple, okay, you will see, oh, that makes sense. I'll give you a simple one. When you make it a little complex, then your brain hangs. When I was studying, like what she was doing now, well, it was like 30 years ago, 30, 40 years ago, what she's telling me now, I was saying 30, 40 years ago. So in the debate, my brain hanged. I cannot say anything, totally blank, and it just hangs, it doesn't work. I want to say, no, go back, keep to the whole study. No, I cannot go back. It hangs by the computer. So this is the counter provision is the little, because people will know this was said. There's no going to say like this, because the questioner can ask question in any form. Can say that if it is not impermanent, doesn't mean it's not product, which is reverse provision. Now, let me put it very simply that you will understand it, how the two are same. For example, let's say that, okay, this flower as the subject, this flower as a subject, it is not a boy. Jed, is it a boy? No. This flower as a subject is not a boy because it is not a human being. Or let's say, or this is a bit more complex. I'll give you an easy one. Let's say, Ashwin is the topic or the subject. He is a human being because he's a boy. Now it's easy. Okay, what is the... Okay, girl, what is the syllogism? What is the reason that I gave you? Ashwin as the topic. He is a human being because he's a boy. Good. Then he says once more. Ashwin as the subject. He is a human being because he's a boy. Okay, now what is the fourth provision? Anyone in this case? What's the fourth provision in this case? Jack. In this case, what's the fourth provision? Ashwin as the subject, he is a human being because he's a boy. Huh? Okay. Pandela, what is the syllogism here? Syllogism that is that? Yeah. Ashwin as the subject, he's a human being because he's a boy. Okay. Now, anybody who can tell us what is the fourth provision? Lorena?
So, sign is human being.
What? No. So sign is, what is the sign in space? Huh? Boy. Ashwin is a human being because he's a boy. Sign is the boy.
So, boy should be.
Boy should be?
Should be human beings.
Yes, you agree?
Yeah.
So which means it fulfills whosoever is a boy should necessarily be a human being. You agree? You all agree? Good. Now this is the fourth provision, reverse provision. Forward provision. Now let's go to the reverse provision. Anybody who likes to mean, you like to, what is the reverse provision?
Whatever not a human being is necessarily not a boy.
Say it again.
Whatever not a human being is necessarily not a boy.
Okay. If something is not a human being, it cannot be a boy. You agree? You believe if something is not human being cannot be a boy. Some dogs, the boy. Okay, let's say in that area. So if that is not a human being, cannot be called as a boy. Cannot be boy. There's a reverse version. That's easy. You understand it? It's easy. Okay, now when you add not, that hangs the brain. Okay, our yes.
I have one question.
Yes.
Why do we say whatever in this case because boy and human being, should we say whoever?
Perfect. So that's your choice. Whatever, whoever, whichever you like, you choose. Similar. It is optional. It's optional. Yeah. But what are you? Are you human being? Is correct or not correct?
Not correct.
Not correct. What are you?
Grammatically, not correct.
Wow. How?
Because I'm a human being, so
Yes.
you should use the word.
What are you human being?
What?
What are you human being? What are you human being? What is that? Is that human being or?
If you say what is that, then
No, I'm asking. Okay, what is that? What is that girl? What is that girl doing?
that's fine.
Why fine?
Because it's without the object that you put next to the word what. Because what is referred to, what is she doing, or what is the girl doing? It's not like what's doing, what's she doing. It should have the is there.
Okay, so when I was in Cambridge, there's one professor. The professor Asians are very strong grammar. Even the native speakers, they don't know the grammar. Okay, thank you. Very good. Okay, so the point is that here, just be flexible. The idea is that whatever is A should be B. Whatever is not B should not be A. This is concept. And then say, if you're not happy with the word what for the human being, then you should change. But concept should not be lost. What's the concept? Whatever is the A should be B. Whatever, tell me, what is not?
Whatever is not A should not be B.
Okay, tell me, what I say the fourth provision. Whatever is A should be B. Now you tell me the reverse provision.
The reverse, whatever is not B should not be A.
I'm confused. Whatever is not B is B, not A. What is that? Say it again.
I'm supposed to say the reverse provision.
Yes.
Whatever is not A should not be A. B. Should not be B.
Okay, good. You're getting it. Thank you. Okay, which means her mind is hanging. Okay, good. So now the most important thing that we will learn out of this is that finally, what is the agenda of the syllogism? Agenda of the syllogism is to establish the thesis. Or, technically, it is also known as the prebenda. The agenda, finally, the reason for using the syllogism is to establish the thesis / prebenda. So, in order to establish this prebenda or thesis, what is the thesis? Okay, again, you have to define it. Thesis means the subject and the predicate combined together. This is the thesis. For example, let's say the flower is impermanent because it's a product. The flower is impermanent because it's a product. So what's the thesis here? Flower being impermanent. Very good. Flower being impermanent is the thesis. So this is what we should be establishing. Now to establish that, use the syllogism, and in the syllogism, these three modes are very important. So these three modes are used as means to understand the thesis. So which means that which should you understand first? The thesis or the three modes? Let me repeat it. Finally, the purpose of this syllogism is to establish the thesis, which means that you have to understand the thesis. And what is the thesis? Subject and a predicate combined together. For example, in this case, the flower and the impermanent. Flower being impermanent. That's the thesis. That's your job. But to understand this reason, and this reason is characterized by the three modes. So these three modes are used as means. Understanding the three modes is used as a means to understand the thesis. You're getting it? So, which should we understand first, the three modes or the thesis? Three modes, perfect. So, okay, this is the most important thing, particularly in this context, but we are studying here. Understand the three modes, only then you can understand the thesis. You're getting it? The moment you understand the three modes, and you understand the thesis together, this is not a correct syllogism. Or, before understanding the three modes, if you understand only the thesis, this is not a correct syllogism. Syllogism should be such that you understand the three modes first, and then followed by, subsequently, you can understand the thesis. You're going to get, okay. How many understood this? Good. Okay. So now, some people, what they say, for example, let's say, this flower. Okay, as Omar said, I as a person, I'm empty of objective reality. Also, Brahma says that I am objective real, but in reality, I'm empty of objective reality. I, as a subject, am empty of objective reality because I am empty of intrinsically one with its parts and empty of intrinsically different from its parts. For example, like a dream. Okay, syllogism is clear to you? Syllogism clear to you, Johanna? Syllogism. Brain is hanging? Or you're tired?
No, it's okay.
Okay. Maitri? You follow? Okay, so you are fully attentive. I can see that. Yes. Tim? Okay, let me put once more. The self, I, as the subject. It is empty of objective reality. Because it is empty of intrinsically one with its parts and empty of intrinsically different from its parts. For example, like a dream. Okay, you got the syllogism? Good. Now, what is the property of the subject? The three modes. So what is the first mode? What is the first mode? Property of the subject. What is the proper subject in this context? In the context of this? In the context of the syllogism. Lohana, yes, I. Then property of the subject. There are three modes of the first one. The I, then
Empty of objective reality.
No, that's the thesis. Property subject is the first mode. Did you write something?
Yeah.
What qualifies the property of the subject?
So that should be the sign.
Yes, the subject should be the sign, which means the I should be the sign. Sign is?
Emptiness of.
It is empty of intrinsically one with its parts and empty of intrinsically different from its parts. Okay, so that becomes what? This understanding is, this knowledge, this cognition is known as the first mode. First mode. So the first mode, when you have the first mode, the thesis established or not established yet? Not yet established, because the three modes should be established first. Only then you can establish the thesis after that. Okay, so when you understand the proper subject, you are still here to understand the thesis. What is the thesis? I am empty of objective existence. This is the thesis. And what is the mind which understands this is the wisdom. The wisdom which understands emptiness of the person. Yes? Okay, so that is the main purpose. With this mind, some people who study the philosophy so much, and then when they meditate, oh, I am empty of intrinsic one with the parts, I'm empty of intrinsic different with the parts. You get it and you stay there, and you think that you meditate emptiness. What is this meditation?
Meditation on properties.
Yes, so decision. So this is the meditation on the proper subject. So when you meditate on proper subject, are you meditating on the thesis? No, you're still, because the thesis must be established later, after. So you get stuck with the proper subject and you think that you meditate on emptiness. This is amazing. Okay. So those people from Second Institute, they said, what are they studying? They're already studying worship. We're supposed to be studying after 3 years or 10 years. Okay. So now let's read where we left. Okay. Yes.
Do you necessarily have to have an example?
Necessarily. Examples is necessarily required. For example, so the example that we gave is that the word, like a dream. Dream is empty of intrinsically one with intrinsically meaning objectively. Dream is empty of objective reality. So the dream is empty of intrinsic one with objectively one with its parts, or objectively different from its parts. Objectively is not existing. It cannot be one or different with its parts. Examples of dream. There are many dream examples, not only dream. Yes. Okay. Now, yes.
And then if the example is incorrect, then we call it the whole syllogism.
If the example is correct, then
It's called the whole syllogism. Will it make the whole syllogism incorrect?
okay. Okay, if the example is incorrect, yes, 100%. Then it does not serve the purpose of. For example, if I'm saying that let's say, what's this one? Ganesha. Okay, the same. This Ganesha flower is impermanent. This Ganesha flower is, or said, object in my hand. There's a Ganesha flower. Also, flower. Okay, object in my hand is a flower because it's a Ganesha flower. For example, a table. No, the table is totally irrelevant. So the whole purpose is defeated. So therefore, all say of the four modes. And keep in mind, look, the why example is related to these three modes. Is that reverse provision and forward provision must be established upon the example. This is why the example is necessary. In the three modes, we don't specify the example, but the two provisions must be established upon the example. Okay, good. So now let's read this. So therefore, this text is very advanced, I would say, and very advanced. Okay, so if we see, okay, page number 32, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 lines from below. 8 lines from below. Some through purely performing the analysis of absence of one and many. Remember that? Absence is missing, you've added. Absence or lack of one and many. Meditate on some of the people, not all. Some of the people, they do this analysis, not intrinsic one with the past, not intrinsic different with the past. They do all this analysis, debate, and so forth. Finally, when it comes to meditation, they meditate on the non-fungibility of the object of the self of the flower, non-findability, at the time of analysis. So what it does, what is non-findability? Non-findability can be many. Non-findability of the flower as object real. It's also one non-findability. Another one is non-findability of the flower as intrinsic one with its parts and intrinsic from its parts. You agree? So here again, if one meditates on the directional property, this is the wrong translation. Because whoever translated, this person doesn't have the concept of the debate, the syllogism. So it should translate as the property of the subject. Now it's easy for you. Here again, if one meditates on the directional property, just remove that, the property of the subject. So, if you meditate property of the subject, so in place of the directional property, you replace it with property of the subject. So now does it make some sense? So if you meditate just on the property of the subject, this does not entail meditating on the thesis. You getting it? Okay. One does not meditate on the thesis of non-I. Non-I meaning the emptiness of objective I. My joke was amazed. Yes.
This self-grasping is high-level self-grasping.
Middle island, yes. Very good. Okay, next. Okay, now this is where you remember this morning I took a deep breath. Huh? It's not a sigh. Sigh is very beautiful. What is the sigh? Is out of.
Because you need to go through all the components, the effect, until you can explain this.
Yes, just explain one line. Right? And first to tell you that this is the wrong translation. Just to say this something great, you know, this thing. So I could see the complications ahead. So I said, okay, good. One doesn't manage on this on the normal high. Now, it does not become opposite to my way of apprehending. So if this is how we meditate, you just meditate on the proper subject, you are not meditating on the opposite of intrinsic reality. What's the opposite of intrinsic reality? Empty of intrinsic reality. So this meditation on the proper subject does not entail meditating on the opposite of the intrinsic reality. So therefore you cannot evict me. It does not become opposite to my way of apprehending. My way of apprehending things as object real. So it is again not a meditation on my non-existence, meaning the non-existence of the object reality. Amazing. Next, when nothing is found by analysis. Okay, so with this analysis, it's not intrinsic one with its past, not intrinsic different from the past. When you don't find anything, okay, what's that? When nothing is found by analysis, through the lack of this word is there, through the lack of one and many, due to the syllogism and the reasoning, and due to the conception of, so if this self does not exist objectively, then how does it exist? If it does not exist as one with the past, different past, then it disappears. So how does it exist? It exists subjectively. Conception of a mere nominal imputation, mental imputation. It exists in mental imputation. Now if you meditate on imputation, self is like illusion, illusion. If you meditate on that, is this meditation emptiness? No. Why not?
It's affirming negation.
Huh?
It's affirming negation.
Is affirming negation or non-affirming negation?
Emptiness is not affirming negative, but meditating on the
imputation
is affirming.
Okay, so it is empty of objective reality, so it is just like illusion, mental imputation. That's just stay in this mental imputation. You just meditate with this. This is, I don't know whether this is affirming negative or not, but for sure this is not non-affirming negative. Emptiness should necessarily be non-affirming negative. But Anila, check it, okay? But it's affirming negative for positive phenomenon. You check it. No. Yeah. Okay, good. Emptiness should necessarily be non-affirming negative, and the illusion. We talk about the illusion, the Himani, right, this morning. So illusion, how is the illusion? Affirming negative, or is not a positive phenomenon? You ask. Yes. Okay. So what I'm saying is that emptiness should necessarily be non-affirming negative, and the illusion, the imputation, nominal imputation, is not at all non-affirming negative. So therefore, this is not meditation emptiness. And many people get stuck like this. They think that I'm meditating emptiness, and self-grasping ignorance is not affected. Think that I do not exist. This meditation is a meditation on the affirming negation. Okay, affirming negation, the imputation. It is not a meditation on non-affirming negation, and is not antithetical to my way of apprehending. It does not contradict with the way the self-grasping ignorance views things. Without abiding in an antithetical way of apprehending, how will it evict me? If it does not harm me, how does it become meditation on wisdom? So, what meditation harms me is a wisdom. So, therefore, the wisdom should be meditated if you really want to harm me. But wisdom is not meditated. How can that harm me, and how can that be a meditation on wisdom? Some, we can now next. When I say some, is the new topic. It's a new section. Some, when not finding anything through the analysis of, again, lack of one and many. These are tendencies that the translators, from myself, when I do these things, can be left out unintentionally. Analysis of lack of one and many, say, okay, let's say, some of us may be doing the same thing. For example, like, let's say that you are meditating empty. Okay, let's say you are meditating emptiness yourself. You're meditating emptiness yourself. And then in your mind, you create an image of a self there. Yes? You create an image of a self. Okay, Chelsea must be doing that. I can see that she is smiling. So you create an image of the self in the front, and then you analyze with that person the image. Oh, this Chelsea is not interested one with the past, not interested different with the past, and this Chelsea is the empty. So you meditate this Chelsea in front of you. No, self-grasping ignorance does not hold this outside Chelsea as interested and real. Self-grasping ignorance, this Chelsea is real. So you're not seeing the absence of this Chelsea, but you're seeing the absence of replica of Chelsea. So this is, again, not a proper meditation. Okay. Some, when not finding anything through the analysis of level one and many, say, I'm meditating on emptiness. And meditate while in this state, this is a way to be far from emptiness. Without understanding the way how they are naturally empty, intrinsically, where you are. Each being empty where you are, not just superficially created just outside. They engage emptiness in front of them. In front. You created Chelsea in front of them. Yet, without understanding the way something is empty, the wisdom that becomes my antidote. Okay, again, this needs to be retranslated, the last line. It cannot send me anywhere, or maybe the okay, so it says that the wisdom that becomes my antidote is not seen anywhere. So in this meditation, the wisdom that becomes my antidote is not seen anywhere. Okay, this is how it should be translated. Now, if there's no antidote, why should they be harmed? And what else would be appropriate for me but to stay? I'll stay with this person. Okay, next. Again, next topic. Some. Okay, some, when having strongly purified, again, it's not the purified, when strongly, then when having strongly seen, that would be better instead of purified. Some, when having strongly seen with the analysis of lack of one and many, say that since the analysis comes first. Okay, again, this is a major thing which some people can end up with. So with the analysis, they do thorough analysis, and they say that this analysis comes first, before the meditation. So once the analysis is done, then don't analyze, you away, and then meditate emptiness. So the emptiness meditation that you're doing and the analysis that you're doing, these two are seen as totally disconnected. So it says that some, when analyzing strongly, when having strongly seen the analysis of level one many, say that since the analysis comes first, Instead of ground storage, it should be analysis preceded already. Analysis preceded already. At the time of meditation, there's no object at all. Now, at the time of meditation, there's no object. So whether it's one, whether it's different, whether it's intrinsic, empty. So this is all done before. So now that is preceded. Now, just stay in the vacuum state. Vacuum state. Just in vacuum state. Okay. At the time of meditation, there's no object at all. And assert it is an equipoise. Meditative equipoise. Assert it is an meditative equipoise. Okay. Where the mind thinks of nothing. Okay, what is the object of the wisdom of emptiness? Nothing. No objective existence of the flower, no objective existence of me, no objective existence of this, that, and so forth, not just nothingness. However much, okay. Okay, where the mind thinks of nothing. It is strange that this non-existence of something to bring to mind should be of antithetical mode of apprehending to myself. If no meditation on non-I is induced, then however much one is laboring profound meaning, it does not even go into the direction of harming me. A meditation of wisdom, what is your? Some, okay, now again, next, some. So it corresponds mark those things. Some, whenever the new topic comes, you mark it, because you have to distinguish these things. Some, because of not finding anything with the analysis of one and many, okay, with the analysis of lacking one and many, or the absence of one and many, place the mind as much as possible on the continuity of the infinite cognition, realizing that I do not resist truth. Okay, so this is like there's a little ambiguity here, little nuance I would say, little nuance there is that, okay, first what you do is that you do the analysis. Empty of oneness, empty of differentness. On that basis, then you see that, okay, the object I, for the flower, is empty of the reality. Now, who cognizes this? My mind, the wisdom cognizes. Now, wisdom is a subject of the object. Subject. And now, instead of meditating on the object, you meditate on the wisdom. Subject. What's the subject? It's a positive and negative phenomena. Hey, wisdom of emptiness is a positive phenomenon, negative phenomenon. Huh? Wisdom of emptiness. Wisdom of emptiness is a positive phenomenon. Although its object is negative, but the wisdom per se is a positive phenomenon. Wisdom of emptiness is a positive phenomenon. So if you meditate just for the abundant experience of, oh, this is wisdom. Wisdom, feeling the emptiness. This is again not meditation emptiness. It's a meditation of emptiness should be the subject of the object. Object. Whereas the wisdom of the emptiness is the subject. Okay. Place their mind as much as possible on the continuity of the inferential cognition. Inferential cognition is the wisdom which cognizes the emptiness. But keep in mind that those of us who studied the Buddhist psychology, you understand it. Otherwise, inferential cognition per se is not always associated with emptiness, but here is the with emptiness. Inferential cognition of emptiness. Realizing that I do not truly exist. And call this meditation on a mode of labeling, a mode of abiding. What's the mode of abiding? Suchness. Okay, so this is what they say. They are self meditation. Okay, consciousness is renowned. So what is this wisdom? This wisdom is a consciousness. It's a mind. And consciousness is renowned as an illusory truth. Illusory truth is not a good translation. It should be conventional truth. Conventional truth. Instead of replace illusion with conventional. Conventional. What the emptiness, conventional truth, ultimate truth. Ultimate truth. So you should be meditating on ultimate truth. You should not be meditating on the conventional truth. Whereas if you meditate on the mind, inferential cognition which cognizes the emptiness, then you are meditating on the conventional truth. You are not meditating on the emptiness. Okay. Consciousness is renowned as an illusory truth or conventional truth, they assert the meditation truth, illusion truth, progression truth as more of a body. Then he said, haha, okay. I must meditate on. I must meditate on. Discard this. This translation is to be edited. I must meditate on. Just discard this. It says, ha. This strange wisdom which meditates on me is my friend. This strange wisdom which meditates on me, meditates on the intrinsic reality of the wisdom, which is emptiness, is my friend. It's not my competitor. It's not what can defeat me. Next topic, Some having ascertained the non-true existence of myself with reasoning, investigating the lack of being one or many, assert the equipoise on the continuum of the ascertaining consciousness. Again, the same. So these are just first I say the first one is meditating on the inferential cognition. Now, okay, this difference is that, so when you first understand, and this understanding, emptiness, that is understood by the inferential cognition. And then abundance experience, this is known as meditative voice. Okay, next. Some have ascertained the non-true existence of myself with the reason investigating the lack of being one of many, assert the equipoise of the continuum of the ascertaining consciousness as a mode of abiding. So shift from the inferential cognition to the ascertaining the equipoise. This is not different from the above. Above, the only thing is that the subject is changed from the inferential cognition to the meditative voice. Above, forget an antithetical mode of apprehending. It is indeed not gone beyond meditation on me. How would it become meditation on wisdom? Okay, if this text is what is taught for I would say NMC 2 students. NMC 2, how many are they here? NMC 2. Okay, no, NMC 1. No. Oh, oh. Okay. Okay. Omar likewise was like Albert Einstein become a dropout. Okay. NFC dropout. Okay, I'm joking. So why I'm not discouraging, what I'm saying is that each one of us, if we keep studying more, so it's a matter of say how many years we study, practice, that is got easier, and so forth. So the last time, last year, last year for the London Emptiness March. Anyone did? All we did? Emptiness March?
This year.
This year?
April.
April, this year, yes. How many are there? 1, 2. Oh, only 2. Okay, 3. Okay, come on. 2, 3, 4. Huh?
Omar and Peter.
Okay. So there, if you study well, if you reach certain level, then this text is just brilliant. Use of one, it's amazing. Okay. Forget the antithetical mode of apprehending. It is indeed not gone beyond the meditation of me. How could it become the meditation of wisdom? Some through the reasoning, some again, next topic. Some through the reason of investigating the life of being one of many, ascertain that I do not exist truly. That not understanding the purity, and so the purity, change it to, and not understanding the absence. The Tibetan word is thakwa. Thakwa can refer to purity as well as absence, and this one is the purity. So absence of the non-existence. Then meditate, searching aside emptiness to be meditated upon. And there are a singularly or completely. And they're searching aside from emptiness to be meditated upon. So But they actually, what I've seen is they cannot identify the emptiness as the object, and they look for something else to meditate upon and are completely distant from emptiness. So this is the thing. For example, say meditation on the mind. Meditation mind is just awareness of meditation. For people, it's so easy to talk. And people also say, I will no, it's not that easy. So in the olden times, particularly for awareness meditation, the students should with the teacher, spectated, and then do all the preliminary practices. For all these things, now it's so easy to talk. Isn't taught in the institute, they go to time, teachers go to time, they give everything. And finally they end up into a disaster. It's very dangerous. Awareness meditation. Because awareness of the mind. So we are so addicted to the physical things like this. We are so addicted to physical things. And our mind is not used to seeing awareness. Because of that, and then if you're not trained, if you're trained in Buddhist psychology for a long period of time, not just study for 2 months, 1 month, study it extensively and these other texts and relate the psychology elements from there to your understanding, and gradually you tend to see what mind is. Otherwise, the moment you go to the mind, you are not aware whether you are getting mind or you are getting nothing. You can't distinguish. It's very dangerous. Because the current you do, there's a tendency that you can just slide into vacuum nothingness. And you stay this for so long. If you do that, the danger is that your mind can become very relaxed. The object is vacuum. You don't see the object. Because of this, activity of the mind slows down. You getting it? When the mind is not there, when the object is not there, activity of the mind slows down. The rigor of the mind slows down. The mind becomes very relaxed. And it can build a bad habit. But a bad habit, so that later on, within a single lifetime, you see that somebody says, hey, what's 2 plus 3? Your mind was so slow. What do you say 2? You expect an answer, and he's asking what you said 2? Yes. And then what? Plus 3. Plus? Yes, then what? 3. That calculation, like computer hands, and you type like this, but no data is shown here. And then you think that it's not coming, again you redo it, and then what you typed way before, it will start from 1. C, O, N, E, A, S, S, I, O, N, compassion. You want me to write 2-3 sentences. You're getting it? Okay, so that this is the danger. So one can really slow down. It's very dangerous. It's not that easy. So now it's very easy to talk and easily, student also said yes. And there was one, of course, it's not, I can generalize, but there's one person for many years for doing this practice, many years, finally entered into the acute anger issue. So therefore, we have to particularly, the safest thing is step 1, step 2, step 3, step 4, don't deceive yourself. Take the steps, 1, 2, don't jump to step 3, step 6, step 7, and you will fall. So I think there's no problem. You know what I mean? It's a temporary problem. Hey, guys.
You missed the steps maybe 25.
No, don't blame me. Steps get very hard. So they will get injured. So therefore, these practices, they're not easy. They're so profound. But not that anybody can do the right way. Everybody can do, but you require a certain level of fulfillment the prerequisites. This is so important. Okay. Why I'm saying this is that emptiness and nothingness, these two are very similar, experientially speaking. These two are very similar. And if you are not so thorough with your mind, so agile and so dexterous, then you can distinguish what is the emptiness and what is the nothingness. You can distinguish, experience it. Intellectually, we can say that. Okay, what's the object of the wisdom? Enters the interest of reality. What's the object of nihilism? Nothingness. It's easy. But experiencing is very similar. So unless you have that, for example, say, the people can see the difference between Mona Lisa painting and my painting of a Mona Lisa, something like that. They don't see difference. But Michelangelo, Leonardo da Vinci, these people, they have the eye to see the difference. Do you get me? So, and this eye is not that, oh, we are unfortunate, we don't have it, others have it, they're better lucky. No. We have to put the nature. Just be patient. Step 1, step 2, step 3, step 4. Then you will reach that point where you get these eyes to see the nuances. And when you see nothing, there's no effect in the body. You see the emptiness of objective reality, there's There's distinction here. And you could feel the profundity of the feeling. Okay, by the way, these are things which the great masters used to tell us. Yes.
So if I say, for example, the quality is empty of objectively different, because it is empty of being objectively different to intelligence and empty of being one with its intelligence. So in this expression, the property of the subject would be quality and empty of being objectively without its intelligence.
That's perfect.
And then it said, if we meditate only on the property of the subject, we will stop. So, this is what I think of emptiness meditation.
I think, well, Chelsea, obviously, the Chelsea is smart guy. That's the best of meditation.
So, what's
I'm so glad that I'm able to identify the problem. So what do you do now from here? Is it a question? Okay. Let's say that I have 2 rooms. And the person came and said that a rover is with you. Rover is with you in your house. In my house, and roofs are there. So I showed the first one. The rover's not there. It can be the second room. The rover's not there. No emptiness one, emptiness one, emptiness is different. Now, let's say that we talk about anti-device one different and anti-device one different. Okay, so let's say that the anti-device is very similar, but the anti-device, let's say the person is not with me. The person is not in my house. The person is not in my first room. The person is not in my second room. Are they different isolates or same isolates? Chelsea? Okay, person is not in my house. Person is not in my first room. Person is not in my second room. They're different isolates, same isolates.
different isolates?
Different isolates. What do you mean by different isolates? How these appear to your mind, they appear differently. Getting it? So that the emptiness of oneness, emptiness of differentness, these are how they appear to your mind. It's different from emptiness of objectivities of the or Chelsea. That is how it appears is different.
Let's think about this.
Yes. This is, and in a way, you are identifying a nuance. This is a nuance question. Am I the question?
I was thinking about it. How did you know? I was just thinking if she meditates on the awareness of charity, then that is the goal that she should reach
No.
after the isolate.
No.
So what
You should meditate on the aspect of the emptiness of emptiness reality of Chelsea, not emptiness of oneness of the Chelsea with her parts. Okay, good. Anyone else? Any more questions? Okay, yes, okay.
Like this question makes sense. We said, okay, there's nihilism and there's absolutism.
Yes.
And we say it's the middle way.
Yes.
Maybe it's attacking on the language, but it seems like the middle way is closer to nihilism.
Okay, no. It's a real middle. It's not. It isn't me and no, it's a real middle. Okay, for this, these are more like the fine tuning.
Good.
Say we are building a house and there's no foundation, there's no pillar, no wall, nothing. And we are talking about what kind of painting, what design, if there is something like there, up. So what should we do? No, don't worry about these things. First, build the house. Build the house. And then if you're very particular, if you're a perfectionist, she was a perfectionist. I'm not too sure. Her English is amazing. Perfectionist English. Okay, so the perfectionists can go later. If you bring the perfectionists right from the beginning, you'll never stop. We'll never finish the work. Because this book, it took us like 20 years. And one gentleman said, Yeshiva, now whether you are happy or not, appreciate. The book will never come out. It still not come out. 20 years gone. This gentleman said, it's already 10, 15 years gone. Still not coming out. So was becoming 2 months ago. Some still is hanging, some I don't know. I was checking and I've been every day saying there's something to be there. And then that's something I do not know. Okay, so on this, what you're asking, this also it goes into the nuance aspect. And what Chelsea is asking is also a nuance aspect, where you have to build a foundation, study emptiness, and then, for example, okay, study. Okay, good. Huh? Yes, yes,
We discussed about the Taoist Senior meditation,
yes,
and we discussed that in the Taoist meditation how it is.
yes.
I don't know if my question is relevant or not, but in any of these 10 rules, the experience of meditation will be different.
Okay, okay. Okay. Very good question. So we talk about gate, parasambade, bodhi, swaha. Okay, this another answer. Gate, parasambade, bodhi, swaha. So, paragate, which is part of seeing. Parasambade is an meditation. Part of seeing is the first ground. Of the 10 counts, but seeing is the first count. Our meditations, it will do 10. Again, 10 rounds. The first one is first count. So within first round, there are two aspects. First round of the body sees, first round of the body meditation. So our question is, these 10 movements, on what basis these 10 movements, they are all in meditative state? On what basis these 10 movements are classified? Is it based on the different experiences? If yes, what kind of different experiences do we have? Okay. Anyone?
I don't know very well, but what I do remember is like that it's also really considered perfectionist. So on the first thing
Okay, that's a different story.
okay.
About the meditative experience.
I think the removing layer of the layer of the
Things.
things with regards to emptiness itself.
Perfect. 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 This is the answer. So the answer is that it says that all these 10 movements they are equal in seeing emptiness directly. All the 10 movements they see directly. Says that Trini Tonga Chuku Tonga Ching kambal. Ching is the ultimate reality. There's no difference in seeing the ultimate reality directly, but there's a difference in seeing the Dharmakaya differently. So that is the meaning is that, for example, let's say that that we are all looking at the, let's say, the painting. We are all looking at the painting of the 17th level abundance. Look at the painting of the 17th level abundance over there. And so we're all seeing the painting directly, yes, without thinking. It's just directly seeing with the eyes. You agree? Okay. Okay. Let's see this boy, young man, 24, 23, 21. Okay. Okay, so this 21 years old, and let's say, okay, those, those generally speaking, I cannot be very specific. Generally speaking, those below 20, okay, this is somebody who is 10 years old, 20 years old, 30 years old, 40 years old, 50 years old, 60 years old. We all have the same painting. We all see the painting directly. Yes? Okay. Now, although we see the painting directly, we are all equal in seeing painting directly, but there is difference in seeing the clarity of the painting. Yes? Younger ones, they can see the painting very clear. The older ones, we don't see it as clear as the young ones. You agree? Okay. So what is Dharmakaya? Dharmakaya is the thing, say, where, as Venerable said, your mind freed from the stains. Your mind freed from the stains. So, when you look at it, your perception influences the object. For example, with say blue goggles on, you see the blue snow. With the murky goggles on, you see a murky snow. You get again? Even the emptiness that you are seeing is affected. How you perceive the emptiness is affected by your mind. If your mind is so pure, gate, paragate, the bhumi, first bhumi, second bhumi, third bhumi, metal stains are removed. As a matter of removed more, your eyesight, meaning mental eyesight, wisdom, becomes clearer and clearer. With this, the emptiness is seen clearer and clearer. The clarity, the emptiness in the form of the freedom from the stains. That's Dharmakaya. So when you reach the Bodhisattva level, the mind reaches emptiness. This is perfectly clear. So what it says is ultimate Dharmakaya. Because others, experientially speaking, there's a difference. They see the Dharmakaya meaning. So real Dharmakaya is how the Buddha see. But what we are seeing is the similitude of the Dharmakaya. Similitude with the direct perception. Similitude of Dharmakaya. And the two with the less quality. As you go down as you go up, it becomes higher. Very good question. Okay, let's quickly now do that. If you could see, basically, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. 13 from below. Since there's a mind or trick grasping at emptiness, it becomes meditation on myself. And you should consider whether or not there is an antidote, there is more of apprehending antithetical to mind. What is the reason for that? Without understanding mind non-existence, you search for emptiness elsewhere. Anyone can show up, anyone can see anything. But few actually meditate on non-existence. Only few. But it doesn't mean to discourage us. Because those who are doing NMC, you will not feel discouraged, I know. But who are more coming for some year, it looks so complicated. And just study. Never underestimate yourself. The greatest of failure is if somebody tells you, no, you cannot do it. Say, honestly, it Tibetans. Because the Tibetans, when they talk about emptiness, they say, oh, this is a topic which big scholars like Geshe can go, they study. So not you and I. This is how we can the say. So once there's one gentleman who's studying emptiness, and then he was sharing this with his classmate, and asked, you talk about emptiness. He said, yes, what's the problem? Oh, this is Not that complicated, you can understand it, only because it. No, this is underestimating yourself. You're bound to meet with such people who can dissuade you from studying emptiness. So, they can fail you, only you can fail yourself. When you say that, oh, very complicated, I can do it, that's the greatest failure. Nobody can fail you, you have to put the nature. You have to put the nature. Okay. Some ascertain, again, the next. Some ascertain the non-existence of the very I by analyzing with the reason of lack of, here you've added, lack of one and many, that place the minds as much as possible on continuity of the mode of apprehension. Okay, this is very complex. Continuity of the mode of apprehension. So, mode of apprehension, what you apprehend the object, and the mode of apprehension, and the continuity of mode of apprehension. So there is it's more like the action. The mode of apprehension is more the action. The continuity of the action of apprehending. Of the ascertaining consciousness. Of the ascertaining consciousness. Consciousness which ascertains. Consciousness which ascertains the emptiness. And you think of the mode of mode meaning how. How this wisdom of emptiness is ascertaining the emptiness. You are not focused on emptiness, you are focused on how it is ascertaining emptiness. Again, it's also not meditating emptiness. Yes, sir, is to be meditating mode of abiding. It is a little better than others, and although it even harms me a little, how it could become a perfect harm or complete harm, absolute harm. Okay, next, what is the reason for that? Independence upon the mere connection that aggregates, the mind-taking I is generated. This mind-taking I, upon focusing on the focal point I, is grasped as an aspect of true existence. To be true in this way is true grasping. To cling to in this way is clinging at the true existence. To appear in this way is true appearance. It will follow up through the 10 grounds. Okay, so how things appear. Okay, this is now more like we are done with one aspect. More like, although you reject object existence, but things continue to appear as object real. For example, like saying, gate, when do you say emptiness? Directly, we should have. Before that is all conceptual. You get it? To the conceptual mind, although you see emptiness, that's the emptiness of flower. You have some flower. Okay, to the conceptual mind, although you see the emptiness of flower is seen as empty, but the emptiness of flower is seen as object real. This is complex. You getting it? Okay, you are seeing conceptual mind when you see gate, first two levels, there you don't see emptiness directly. So how do you see emptiness? Conceptually. Instead of conceptual expert, you say emptiness less than the flower, or less than the person, emptiness of the person. So the person sees empty, and then emptiness of the person, it appears as object real. So all, say, conceptual minds should necessarily be mistaken, not distorted. Not wrong mind, not distorted, but mistaken in the appearance. Apprehension-wise, there's no mistake. Appearance-wise, there's a mistake. But you don't worry. And then this wrong appearance goes from all the 10 movies. If the 10 all the 10 movies, not the 10 movies when they're meditative state, but when they come out of meditation, although they have the deep experience of emptiness, that experience of emptiness, the moment they come up to meditation, till the point of the Buddhahood, still things appear as objects. So what is the difference between appearance and apprehension? Anyone? Appearance. Appearance. Yes, yes.
Appearance is how you see something with your consciousness. Apprehension is in your understanding.
Very good. Simran.
Appearance is just like a reflection that you look, and your apprehension is the grasping that you look into.
Very good. Very good. Okay. So this is very important. For example, let's say, how many know that the snow is white? Everybody knows. You know that? Are you sure? Have you seen white snow? In the Damdul snow? All places in Vietnam. Not all the places. Okay, in other places. Oh, but in the world there's no snow at all. Okay. So we all know the snow is white. And when you put on blue glasses, when you put blue glasses on, in there you see the snow as blue. The snow appears as blue. But apprehension-wise, you will not apprehend the snow as blue. Apprehension is an act of the subject. So because you know that this is snow is white, so therefore you're subjectively from your mental consciousness, you will not apprehend the snow as blue. But the snow continues to appear as blue as long as you put on the blue glasses. You agree? Okay, so appearance and apprehension. Wrong apprehension is easier to be gotten rid of. Wrong apprehension of objective existence is easier to be eradicated, and comparing that with the wrong appearance of objective reality. Wrong appearance of the objective reality starts only when you attain Buddhahood. Wrong apprehension starts when you are in the seventh bhumi. Eight bhumi. When you're in the eighth bhumi, the wrong apprehension of objective reality starts. But you're good. You'll follow up through the 10 grounds. So this wrong appearance will continue to the 10 grounds. The name knowledge obscuration. What is knowledge obscuration? Cognitive obscuration. Okay, so be very careful that we use two different translations so that we will not be confused. Knowledge obscuration, cognitive obscuration is given as well. So this say wrong apprehension of objective existence is affective obscuration. Wrong appearance of objective existence is cognitive obscuration. Very good. Okay, so we'll stop here now. We still have 4 minutes. Okay, Guru Shagam Chen. Okay, so of course, there's no way by which we can finish the text, but whatever covered thus far, for those from NMC2 and those who did NMC 1, 2, 3, 4, it's easier for you. For those who are new, actually, this text is literally very high level. And if you feel a little exhausted, tired, lost, and it's not because that you are Buddhist, it's because the text is complicated and we are just jumping into this. In a way, it's a great opportunity for us. And then so what we suggest is that just try to study more, and when we get opportunity to study more than emptiness, and also for the these two should go together, and try best to practice in what we cannot study. So if you're a short-tempered person, you are thinking after the cheesecake about 100%, right? And gradually, if it subsides to 80%, 100 to 80%, even this big success, many people say, what's the point of studying all these things? Then you're still very attached to cheesecake and so forth. It doesn't matter. So you know yourself the best. You know that it has reduced from 100% to 80%. So good. Your anger reduced from 100% to 80%. So good. So you know best. But the thing is that you need to practice. I have to practice. You have to practice. We all have to practice. As long as we don't want to shed the tears of samsara, painful tears. You want to stop the painful tears of samsara, you have to study and practice. In this life itself, we said we become a happier person. And this life itself. And then, of course, in the next life, since childhood, since you were born, a little girl, say, anybody talks about like emptiness and Dorji, it sounds so familiar. So this will happen to us. And not only that, cognitively become very alert and fresh and the dexterous. So this is very helpful. And tomorrow, so we have the 3 sessions, 4 sessions, we put 1 session. And the afternoon, we'll do solving. Solving is where we need the same, the supportive merit in going this direction. Because these concepts we never learned in school. How many learn this in your school? And to object reality, we never learn in school. No, we never learn in school. Now this is a very different thing, and it's a direct relationship with our managing our emotional world. And what we stay in school is primarily to get us food. To get us food for our body. And what this is the food for our mind. To stop the pains, the mental pains. So that will be extremely precious. And then for that, we require intelligence, and it must be supported by meditation condition. And some of you may be involved with meditation condition. How many of you are curious about this? What's mean by meditation? Very good. 1, 2, 3, 4. Many. You're confident? You know? Okay. Meditation condition is extremely important. It is like, let's say that they are we got 2 things. One is the imprints, and one is merit. If you don't have the imprints, it's so difficult to understand the topics. But newcomers here today, if you get lost, it's not because that you don't have the imprint. It's because you're too new and the subject that they study is very complicated. It's not because of your level of imprints. They require imprints, they require merit. If you don't have merit, you can just, somewhere in the middle, you will just stop. You stop the race. Okay. Say that in the race competition, marathon, in race marathon, say who will win the race? The rabbit and the tortoise. And who won the race? Tortoise the race. He never give up. He never give up. The tortoise giving up never came. But the rabbit, okay, I like to sleep. Not giving up. All this faster. Faster doesn't mean that you can win the race. You getting it? Who wins the race? Somebody who has the stamina to win the race. Okay. When I was little boy, say age 10 or 11, say there was school the marathon competition. And there's small boy, senior boys. The senior boys and the girls, they have to separate competition. The girls, boys, and separate. The boys. There was one boy from my age group, and he is the fastest boy in the school. Fastest boy. And during the competition, so first everybody has to run the full 1 hour of the football ground. And then from there you have to run out 3 kilometers. So there was this boy who was the fastest runner. So the shirt is blue shirt. It is blue color. Blue, yellow, green, and red. And mine is blue. Mine is yellow. And so they ran, and he already just in a few seconds, he already ran fast. All the others, they were behind. I used to feel so proud that we call the house. My group is going to win it. Look at this boy. And I was so proud of that. Then after about 1 hour, now after running, then I was expecting this boy coming. And no, it was red. The red shirt came. And then after that, it's the next one. Another red. Yellow, green, red, yellow, green. No blue. So this boy was fast. Yes, he gave the last. I was confused. Okay, tell me, why this boy was confused? Because this boy thought that if you are fast, you can win Marathon. Marathon requires stamina. You're getting it? It's not fast. Intellectually very active. Doesn't guarantee that you will complete the race. Race of wisdom materials. You will find stamina. That's stamina is wisdom. That's the merit. So we require this intellectual capacity, active intellectual the faculty, plus we require the stamina. And the stamina is going to build. For example, like say tomorrow we will do the soul offering. Soul offering is in other words, what is merit to me? It is to say how much virtue that you get in your life. Is the what? The wealth of virtues. This is known as merit. So, particularly merit, I say, wealth in so many kinds. The accumulation of silver, accumulation of gold, accumulation of diamond. Diamond is the most expensive. So, likewise, say doing something for doing something. Say someone who's already a wealthy person, and then you have this person with some whatever system, and you help someone who's poor, who's really look down upon others, and you help this poor. That is more meritorious. So likewise, one way by which to do is that we are learning Bodhisattva's mountains. For that matter, we really need to say be connected with those who accomplish in this practice. Who are these? Buddhas and Bodhisattvas. So we need to connect with them. The moment we see that, a joy should come in us. So this connection of the build is that, say, say you go together for the last maybe 9 days, let's say 9 days, and you know each other. And say after, let's say 20 years, you meet somebody from this group, versus you meet somebody who you met for 20 years. For 20 years, well, so for 10 years, you meet together somewhere, versus both are happening after 20 years. Versus you met somebody who's from this group just for 10 days. Which of the two persons will you feel more familiar? Just for 1 week, or the one with whom you spend 20 years? Of course. So the longer the duration, more familiarity. Familiarity with the virtue, that's merit. That's the merit. So therefore, that requires a lot of accumulation merit as much as possible. And the merit accumulation, again, it is various levels of the qualities. Merit accumulation with respect to Buddhas and Bodhisattvas is high quality. It's like the accumulation of the diamonds. So therefore, we are offering something, anything. And particularly, the tradition has that there were some edibles in the form of very different edibles, like fruits or cookies, biscuits, and so forth, with Buddhas and Bodhisattvas. So that we do usually every time the last day of the retreat. So tomorrow we do it. And so for that, say it's an hour for me to accumulate merit, for you to accumulate merit. So therefore, we make some donations to buy these materials. And whatever donation is up to you, it's not necessarily distributed among the client. No, whatever donation you're going to make, and to whom should be given. Okay. Where?
The table at the end.
Okay, and the table is there. So you put whatever you like to offer in this envelope. Okay. Okay, so this is what it is. So this is what we'll do tomorrow. And then done. Yes. Okay. 3 o'clock is 3 o'clock. And if you have questions, because the top offering will do a very short offering to Buddhas and Bodhisattvas, accumulate merit, that we can continue to, we have a stamina to do things, more and more in the future. And meanwhile, if you have questions, we do 3 to 5, 3 to 5 means 3 to 4. 3 to 4, let's say if you have questions, we'll do question answers. 2 to 4, and 4 to 5, we do the talk. And if no question,
For meditation, frustrations and Japamala chanting, is this also considered as meditation?
yes, of course, any virtue that we do, like frustrations, chanting, or studying, or meditating, or act of actually like what means doing, and others, with animals, voiceless animals. There's an enormous accumulation there, enormous. Yes.
Is it the intention? How does this fluctuates with the mala? Is it my intention that I'm...
Okay, so basically this is the question. This is the question. Okay, let's say that. Okay, so mala, so this mala will not work with the whole. Mala will not replace, somebody will take that mala, right? And prostration, the prostration would imply growth would be less, somebody will actually say no good with the whole, right? So it's not your intention that goes to the bottom of the answer. Yes. Yes. So, now, let's not have the mala. Okay. No mala. This is not good for the whole. My intention, I decided 100,000 million, so with mantra, just intention, be that. It doesn't work. It doesn't work. Finally, what human says is correct. It is your mind. It's your mind. What goes to the Buddhahood, what goes to your awakening your mind is purely your mental consciousness. Not anything. Even the best book, this will not come with me. Even this book, even this pen, which has all my libraries of the books which we teach here and there, which I take 4 or 5 books with me. And even there, still, I need other books. Helpless. But this, with this, hundreds of books here, all but a book, I just have it here. Very easy. But this is not good with me. I'm not the job. So now the point is that, say, ordinary people, they can be, for example, which is better? I'll say, online class is better or offline class is better? You're getting it? Offline is better because the ordinary people, mind is affected more with the physical things, physical, verbal. It's so important for the people, ordinary people, to lose these things to affect the mind. Then gradually you reach to a high level of wisdom. Everything's like illusion. Your body is powerful. No difference. People live in the books. And then to a very high level, it even said that okay, I don't want to share those things. You want to hear? Yes, Jackson. Okay, Jackson, yes, I'll say this. When you reach a very high level, when you reach it really, so say, when you come here, we make restriction to the statue, right? I will worship. I will worship is not that the statue is enlightened. You're getting it? No. This is the statue serves as an external factor to increase our mental power. Physically, the class is more effective. Online, it's not effective. You're getting it? So, whereas when you reach a certain level, your dependency on the external things is minimal, is zero. Zero, you just said, for example, Dorji who we cite very often. We do not do it here. Otherwise, in all classes, this great teacher had this happening so. Look at him. He was a very senior monk in the monastery in the university. He was always about sleeping. In the daytime, in the night, sleeping, then come out to eat the food, and then do the job. What job? You know what the job is. 3 things. And no mala, no restriction, nothing. Sleep all the time. And then other monks, they thought that, okay, he's such an embarrassment to the monastery. They very senior monk, senior member of the monastery, and so he already reached a very high level realization. He doesn't require external things for his spiritual growth. So what happened was that the other monks they plot to evict him. And so they said that, okay, now we're going to take turn to keep teaching to the Buddha. And for that, the seniority divides. He's very senior, he'll come first. So it was his turn, and he was sleeping in bed. And the disciplinary and all they came and said, sir, today's your turn to give the teachings to the Buddha. And he was sleeping in the bed. He said, yes, I will. He said, no, sir, no, it's now. So he put up. He got up and they think that he cannot teach anything. He was so embarrassed and he ran escape. But he did not. So again, and from a distance he could see that the throne was so high without the steps. Just embarrassing. And then what he did from distance, seeing that motivation of the others, he gestures his finger on the throne and gestured it down, and the throne came down. Then he got up on the throne and the throne ended. Then he started the teaching. As the teachings were given, they were so amazed. All the monks were so amazed. They never heard these brilliant expositions. They were busy scribbling what he was teaching. The Pope, that who works on Street 1, missed out on the teaching. So then they started elevating him. And at a certain point, many people, they cannot hear what he was teaching. So he disappeared. And the question was whether or not chapter 10 was taught. Some say it was taught, some say it was not taught. So the discipline of the lady dreaded long. They went in search of him. Finally, they found him in the forest. And then the person said, please return to the monastery, continue to inspire us, bless us. He said, when my time in the monastery is finished, I will stay in the wilderness. And then they asked if chapter 10 was taught. He said, yes, I did teach. And if you're interested in what I taught, if you're interested, I also wrote another text. Another text. If you're interested in this, I have tied this in the rafter of my cell. You go there and get it. That is known as the Shiksha-Samjaya. Shiksha-Samjaya. This is the compendium of the, what's that? Compendium of the trainings in English. Compendium is available in English. And there's another book by him. That was not available. The manuscript is gone and it was not translated into English. So these are two masterpieces of this author. So what I'm saying is that he was not doing any mala, he was not doing any prostration. He wanted this such a level of realization. Where, so all these what we call as the intention is all being so active without dependence on external factors. So for ordinary people, it doesn't work. It doesn't work. We require external factors. We require external factors. So therefore, prostration, these things are very important. Good. Okay. Okay, derivation verses.
Therefore, so we don't have another class.
Page 52, derivation dedication verses. I dedicate the meditation which will realization of the Christ, of Buddhist philosophers of the three times, and to the whole of the doctrine, scripture, and the that they all are true performance of humanity. Never separate from the full wisdom of Muhammad, and upon all the stages of power, renunciation, gratitude, that perfect way in the two stages. From my two connections, master space that have amassed, from working with effort at this practice for a great number of time, may I not achieve living Buddha for all those whose minds wisdom has flooded the universe. Three questions together.